What is going on, everybody? I am coming at you with some Doflamingo versus Law. Again, some more practice for the Treasure Cup. I want to thank everyone for all the support that I've been getting recently and for all of the views that I've been getting on my channel. I really appreciate everyone's time and effort a lot. I really enjoy making these videos and playing the game. So if you guys really like the content, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be releasing a video a day in preparation for the Treasure Cup, and I will also probably release a deck profile for my Trafalgar Law in the upcoming days. I am going to open up with the Nami and reveal top 5, and I'm going to take the Zoro off the Nami. I believe that was the only card that I was able to take off that reveal, so sometimes Nami's great. Sometimes not so great. Dofla's going to pass back turn to me. I'm going to open up my 3 Dawn turn, play a Topper for 1, and then I'm also going to play a Bonnie. And then I'll swing at Leader for 6k with my Law. Again, just get some early aggression down if I can, force out a counter from hand. I have the blocker here to protect against the early Dofla swing that's going to happen next turn. And he's going to take that. So, I mean, we're sitting in a good spot here against the Dofla player, and he's going to swing at my Leader. I'm just going to block that with Chopper. There's no reason to let that go through early. I want to preserve my life. Right now, I'm in an even state, which feels good. He's going to bounce my Bonnie with Teach, and again, that's okay. I don't really mind that. Yeah, it cost me 1 more Dawn to player again, but at the end of the day, it's only 1 wasted Dawn instead of, losing my blocker and taking in life. So I will surge with Bonnie here, hopefully to pick up either a Law or a Killer or something. So I will pick up a Law. I mean a Killer. And then I will play another Nami, search top 5. I think in retrospect, I probably should have Nami then Bonnie, but it's okay. I got another Zoro here. So I am loading up my hand with a lot of rush characters because I think against this blue deck, you have to be able to respond to anyone that they can play off the Doflamingo effect. So I'm going to load up Law for 7 and swing at Leader here, force out 3k encounter, which again, I think it's pretty hard to deal with early game because it makes you drop at least 2 cards. So he's going to drop 3 cards from hand and I'll pass back turn. I'm okay with that. That's a lot of card advantage for me. And if he takes that early life swing, then that feels pretty bad for him. He's going to swing at my Bonnie, which is fine. I don't really care too much. And he's going to load up his Dofla and he's going to swing at my Leader here. I'm going to take that just because I'm feeling like I'm in a pretty good spot. He's going to play a Moria to recover a card. But again, that's only a 1-for-1. He didn't actually reveal off of the Doflamingo effect. And so right now I'm actually not feeling like I'm in a terrible spot. I have 2 Zoros in hand as we've seen me pick up. I have 2 Namis on board. My hand is pretty full still. He's only got 4 life to my 3. So I'm not looking I'm not looking too bad. I'm going to swing at his Teach. Just force it off the board. He's going to counter with Mihawk. And I'm like, okay, what does that tell me? I'll play a Capone. And then I will pay 5 to pay a Law here to bounce the Nami to play the Zoro to swing a Teach. He's gonna let that Teach die. That's fine. And then I'll play a Nami and reveal top 5. See what I can get here. Grab a Chopper. Yeah, blockers are always good. And now I've got 5 on board for some plays later on. I think that I'm in a fairly great spot here. I have searchers that I can bounce. I have 2 blockers on board. I have a Zoro out. I can bounce. I can, cycle. He's going to swing at my Zoro. He's going to play... I was going to reveal Avita and not find anything. I'm going to block that with Law and counter with Izo. In retrospect, I probably should have just blocked with Beige, but alas, I did not. I'm not sure why I didn't block with Beige, but it is what it is. He's going to swing with Moria, and I'm going to counter that with Killer. And then he's going to play Boa, and he's going to play a Trafalgar Law here. So, actually not in a terrible spot, honestly. My board is looking pretty good. I've got 5 guys on board. He's got 2 blockers out, but no Dawn under his Boa. And I should probably ignore the Moria here. So I think I make a pretty large misplay by swinging at Moria to try and clear it. But again, it's a card forced out of hand. It doesn't really matter where I'm swinging. He's protecting it. So now I'll swing at it again. And again, I'm just going to force him to use cards from his hand or from his board. I'm going to block it with Law. Again, I'm going to swing at Moria here. Just going to let it go. And then I think I still didn't flip out my Dawn because I should have 9 here. So I've got 9 Dawn here, and I'm trying to think what the best play is for me. I want to deal with this boa, but it's pretty hard for me to deal with. I don't really have anything to rest it. I used my Ezo as counter, and I think that's a mistake there. I should have just blocked with beige. Having that Ezo would be really clutch here because I could bounce a Nami to play Ezo, but I bounced the Law with no effect here, and then I just play the Law back for 5 to bounce the Nami to play a Chopper. But I'm gonna bounce the Zoro play Chopper instead, and then I'm gonna pass back turn, leaving 2 up. So I have 3 blockers on board, so you won't be able to really swing at my life here. He's only got 2 swings max. He will swing at me, draw a card off of the boa effect. I'm just thinking I'll block that with Chopper. That's fine. And then he goes 9 and drops Mihawk on me, and he bottom decks my Law. So the Mihawk is hard for my deck to deal with. I will counter that swing from Dofla, and then again, I still have 3 bodies on board though, and then I think this is here where I kind of fall into a trap. You could be my Samurai, which is something I'm trying out, but lets me draw 2 cards for tapping my Namis, which I'll be able to recycle fairly easily. I will play a Kid, and I'll tap it to play a Zoro, and I'll swing over his Nami. And he'll counter it. I'll swing over it with the Trafalgar Law. I'm thinking about swinging over. I think I should swing over Nami here with Law. Force out either another counter from him. He's gonna counter. I should have put the 1 on. I don't really care about him swinging at my Kid here. I probably should have swung with 6k at the Nami, because I don't think he would have been able to counter it. Or he'd be he would have had no cards in hand, which, I mean, he'll play a blocker here to reveal top 5, because that gets him card advantage. But again, I think the misplay there was not putting 1,000 under my leader there to swing at the boa, trying to get this Kid effect off, which I don't really care. I don't care if my Zoro dies. I have a blocker out still. Like, it's a body off board. He would only have, 2 swings. Like, he'd have Dofla and he'd have Mihawk. And so he swings on my Kid here for, 10k. And I'm like, do I let this go? Yeah, the Kid's just dead. Like, the Kid was kind of wasted. All he did was play me a Zoro. So now he's going to swing at and he's going to draw another card off the boa here, which is, again, awful. My Zoro's dead. So I think that it was a pretty large misplay to not take out that boa. I think the 8-drop Kid was not the greatest play, honestly. And they'll swing Mihawk at my Nami, and she dies. So I just lost a lot of tempo there. Pretty big misplay from me. Again, still working out the kinks and how I play the game. I actually had a couple misplays this game, but one thing that I wanted to practice is we're playing in a long tournament, 256 people, and I think that it's important to play and practice being really tired so that you don't make those misplays when you are tired in the future. But again, because you're doing that right now, there's going to be misplays that you're going to have, and so I do make a fair bit. I swing with 2 Zoros here, and I still have 3 Dawn up. He blocks with Doflamingo, and I use Law Effect to bounce Capone to play Luffy to swing at his boa for 7k. She dies. And now he's got 2 swings on board. I still have a beige up, so I have 3 life left. I think I'm in a fairly good spot. Again, I have a lot of cards on board. He's going to swing Doflamingo at my Zoro, and I block with beige here. And then he's going to swing Mihawk at my Luffy. Let that go. And then he just drops another Mihawk on me to bomb deck a Zoro. And then a Law afterwards. So I was in a good spot. I shouldn't have blocked the first one with beige. I should have countered, because then I still would have another body on board to block the Mihawk swing at my Luffy, and he would have been forced to use the Mihawk on my Luffy. But again, just another misplay for me. I'll swing Zoro at leader here. I want to get some cards off the board. Hopefully, I want to get some swings in. I can bounce some stuff. He uses his Mihawk from hand. He's got no cards in hand now, at least. Just looking at my hand thinking, what can I do here? What is the most realistic play that I can make to preserve game for me? And there's not a ton. Not a ton of plays that I can make. If I had a Nekamushi in hand or something, I could maybe get rid of this 1 Mihawk because I have 10 Dawn, right? So I play the beige. Another blocker out, which is going to be handy because I'll be able to protect my Zoro from 1 swing, or my life from 1 swing, because I only have 3 life left. I pay Law to bounce Nami to play Nami. And I've got 2 blockers out at least. Grab the Robin. Robin's not super great at this matchup because She just gets bounced by a lot of stuff. But I am going to play out the Robin because I want to threaten that law. And I didn't swing at leader, which is probably... oh, I do swing at leader here. Which is honestly probably misplay because he's got no cards in hand. But he blocks with the law. And then draws for turn. It's got one card in hand, so, you know, what can happen here? What is the worst possible scenario for me to be in here? Well, the worst possible case scenario is that he loads up all of his guys. And then just swings at my leader. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to swing at my leader. He's going to play the croc off that. I'm going to take the life because I can't counter that. And then he's going to swing again. I'll take that life as well. And then I'll block the last one with beige. Because I want to keep some of those guys on board, right? Like I want to keep some things. And I think here is where I make a couple crucial misplays, honestly. But, you know, I digress. I was pretty tired. This is our last game of the night, and I think there was a couple opportunities that I had to make better plays, but I'll swing at the croc. He's going to let that go down, which is nice. I clear a body off board here. I play Automata minus 2k on the Mihawk. And then one thing that I could have done here is God, I'm just making so many misplays, but I could have bounced with law effect the Otama. Sorry, the law for no effect, and then I could have bounced my law and then the Otama again to put him down to 5k, and then swung over my leader. But I bounce for law, play a Zoro, and then restand the Zoro here. And then I think I load up the Zoro, and I swing over the Mihawk. And there's no way he's going to be able to counter that, because he's got one card in hand. So I deal with the one Mihawk, and I still have a leader swing. And I swing at Dofla, and he takes that. He's got two cards in hands now. He's got one Mihawk. I've got two blockers. I got two blockers out. One is suspended, though. So... you know, it is what it is. I didn't swing with my boa, and that's also problematic. I could have Otama'd the crocodile, so I was swinging with the Zoro, and then I could have put one on a Robin, swung at leader, and popped the crocodile that was out there, which would have been also a better play. Take my last life off the Doflamingo swing. I'm trying to preserve what I can here. And he's just gonna load up his Mihawk and swing at me, and I will have to block that, obviously. I'll block it with law here. And then he's going to play a 1-cost law. So here's where I make probably my most egregious misplay, honestly. This is a situation where I could have extended the game significantly. And you'll see why. I have double Otama in hand. I load up the Robin, I swing at leader, and I pop the law. And that play was a mistake, because what I actually could have done was I could have triple Otama'd using the law effects, and then I could have made him in the threshold. But right now I'm just swinging at leader right now. With 0 point here, I Otama minus 2k on him. I kill my guy, play another Otama. And so right here, I could have used my leader law effect to bounce back my law to no effect. I have 5 Dawn up. I play my law to bounce Otama to play Otama, so then the law's at 3k. And then I swing with Robin to pop the Mihawk. And yeah. But now I'm loading up on my Luffy here. And I'm thinking, you know, I can get rid of it, but I kill it, but I can't counter a 15k swing from his leader. And even if I had a 1-cost blocker in hand, it wouldn't have mattered, because he could just bounce it with a Teach or a Doflamingo or another Dracula if he's playing 3. So that's the misplay there. I could have triple Otama, got him within Robin range, and then swung and popped him. And then I still would have had a law blocker out for the Doflamingo swing. And then he's only at 2 life there, and I would have had Luffy and Zoro in hand. Plus, I would have had, you know, 5 cards on board, so I would have been able to use the law effect to bounce some cards. Either to no effect or just to, like, I could have bounced, you know, something. And I'm just saying, yeah, I got nothing. I can't win here, unfortunately. Like, I misplayed so hard. And I realized that after the fact that I misplayed so hard, so... that's going to be the law game here. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. This is a great learning opportunity for me, and I hope that you guys are learning off of it as well. If you do enjoy the content, again, please like and subscribe. I'll be releasing a video every day of the week if I can, and I will be coming up with a Trafalgar Law deck profile. I am testing out some stuff in it, seeing what's best, but until then, have a great night. Monty out.